Hello. Welcome to episode
Hey
82.
y'all, welcome to football season. Oh,
Oh man. And I have a coat on today because it is chilly
listen,
outside.
I have several friends that live in Missouri area, and they're all posting about how it's like in the 70s, and I have never wanted to throat punch someone so much in my life over
It
just,
is I'm not gonna lie to you, when I took the boys to school about 2 hours ago, it was 66 degrees.
well, when I walked our kid to school, I came home and needed to shower because I was sweating so much.
Okay. Basically the same thing. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was really good. Grayson had a social agenda this weekend, so I just,
Oh,
was making sure he got to and from play dates
Uber.
and, all the
Right.
things. So, and then we had extra kids here Saturday night hanging out. So
Oh,
I
welcome
know.
to my life.
Listen, I'm, br-
How'd you feel?
it was a lot.
Yeah,
We hit like
yeah,
8:30, and I was like, "Can I take these kids home? Like it's my bedtime. What are we doing?"
yeah.
So,
Yeah, this weekend we made a rule after last weekend. I don't really, I have to put things out of my memory so I don't have like
that's
PTSD. But
fair.
for some reason, last weekend we made the rule that this weekend we just had we weren't having any kids over, and we didn't, and it was
Right?
glorious, glorious. We are having people over this weekend
Obviously,
though,
I
so
would expect nothing less.
yeah. I mean, it's Labor Day, so
That's right. There you go.
as you do, we must. Apparently, I've decided. I don't know where I got this idea, but I decided I wanted to get a tarp that is essentially the size of my front yard and a like case of baby shampoo and just make like a giant yard size slip and slide for the
Why
kids.
not?
Because I mean, sure. Why would I come up with this idea?
Well, the odd part is that just randomly came upon you that you were like tarp.
Literally, no joke. One day I was just like, y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me. We actually had a fantastic weekend here. We won't get into all the drama that has unfolded in sweet little Juddy's life over the past few weeks with football, but he finally got on the football field this weekend.
Yes.
And he got to start again, as he
Oh,
should be. And he just like had a hell of a
good.
weekend. Like on offense, nobody got through him. On defense, he caused a fumble and recovered it.
Okay.
I know. First thing he said to me this morning, he said, he's like barely awake, and he's like, "Can you believe I got that fumble recovery?" And I said, "Honestly, I can't, but I'm so happy
Heck
for you."
yeah. God.
It was freaking amazing. Their team did so good this weekend.
Good.
So good, in fact, that we showed backup for their 5:40 game last night. They played at like 1 yesterday. Show backup 5:40 game, and the team that was a year older said, "We're not going to play."
Okay.
So it's like cool, cool. So we got to come home early, but it was also like we were only home in between the two games, maybe 40 minutes. And then we drove all the way back. So you have to be there an hour early just to be like, oh, wait,
Never
we're
mind.
not playing. And the weird thing was the team was like, they're warming up.
Well, did they give a reason? Or they just resting their starters?
Well, the rumor I heard, so Judd plays for an organization called Dynasty, but his team is called the Grim Gang. And so what I heard was that they had originally said that they did not want to play a Dynasty team. Now, bear in mind this tournament was put on by the Dynasty organization at the Dynasty Valley, so that was weird. And so on their schedule it just said Grim Gang. It didn't say Dynasty. And so then like they were warming up and then saw that our uniforms say Dynasty, and then they were like out. It was weird though because first of all they're older, they were pretty big. So I don't know, it was weird, and they had enough players.
Okay.
It's very strange. So we came home and we've been on a domino kick here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. This is not probably something I'm going to excel at really. Like, I mean, I essentially know that like I need to try to get five, but like I don't know what you just played. I don't know what's still available to play. Like, I have no
Is there like a
strategy.
name to your? I think the only domino game I've played is like Chicken Foot or Mexican.
So I know Chicken Foot and Mexican Train, which I don't know if that's a slur. I don't think it is. If it is, my
Sorry,
apologies.
guys.
No, I think this is just like I think this is just like legit dominoes. Aaron may come in here in a minute. If he does, we'll ask him. He is the expert. Um, but so we did a lot of that this weekend. I did not come out successful at all. We've also been playing a lot of Madden and college football on the Xbox. Um, so yeah, but it was great. Judd had a baseball game. He hit one out in right field.
Okay, Judd. Look at him.
Tell you, it's like he just woke up and was like, "Oh yeah, I remember who
You're a
I
great
am."
athlete. Okay. We love it.
Giving me grayer hair than I had. Anyway, so that was our weekend. We are officially done with NFL preseason.
Praise be.
I think no one is happier than the players because that has to be such a stressful thing because, like, especially if you're, I would say, like, second, I don't think it's stressful if you're first string, but if you're second string, it's like, please God, don't let me get hurt, you know? But also, I really got to show up, you know?
Yeah.
That's got to be such a bad feeling.
It's a lot of pressure for very limited play time. Like, you potentially might only play in one preseason game. You might only get a couple of snaps in that. Like, you got to hope that you're on your A game from the jump. There's no warm.
Yeah, and I apologize, guys. I am not like on cocaine or anything, but my nose itches so bad and it's so red.
I like that.
So if you're
not allergies, not a cold.
well,
Okay.
reminds me. Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna grab my Benadryl right here. Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't know, y'all. I've been dying. Anyway, so we're going to talk a lot of football, but in good news, we did just solidify this morning. We're going to record our bonus episode, which is our football preview this Friday. So that'll be out Friday because I won't edit it. I'll just throw it out there. And we got to get it out there because it's here.
Oh my goodness.
Ah! You know, every year we always like the Super Bowl ends and we're like, we're not going to make it.
And we do.
But then training camp gets here and we're like, okay, I have a little hope. Preseason starts, we're like, I can feel it. And then we get to this week.
We really persevered.
And the joy just radiates.
Yeah, I'm really proud of us. We did great.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of football.
But first,
this is one of those times when I'll give the precursor. You know, last week, if you were a big Taylor fan, probably not the episode for you.
Right.
If you're not a big football fan,
not the episode for
probably
you.
not the episode for you. But kick us off first because we've got a new trial.
We do have a new trial. So
Our legal expert Becca is here to provide us.
Right, listen, I got a certificate in legalese, so.
Same as Kim Kardashian.
Right.
It's about the same thing.
So we did, finally, the Donna Adelson trial has kicked off. It started on Friday. They did opening arguments, and they called like 4 witnesses already. So Donna Adelson Dan Markel was killed back in like 2011, 2012, sometime in that frame. This has been a while back. He was married to Donna Adelson's daughter, Wendy. They were going through a really ugly custody battle in their divorce. And so supposedly Donna is the one that had come up with the idea to hire the hitman that killed Dan Markel. So now, Donna Adelson, her son Charlie, has already been found guilty as being a conspirator in this because he had the girlfriend that knew the guy that would kill somebody for money. It's a whole thing. Donna Adelson is jacked up. That is the mother.
Just in the Rolodex,
Nobody wants, like, she's crazy. The woman is crazy. Personal opinion, allegedly. Don't come back.
Hey, I don't know if we're supposed to pass judgment. Good thing you didn't call for the jury here.
So she's on trial. It started Friday. It should only last 2 weeks. It's not going to be a crazy long one. I also don't anticipate that the jury will be out long deliberating this. The judge in this case, he's a delight. I love him so much.
Ooh.
He just is like a no nonsense, but he's just so polite to the jury. Like the jury comes in and he'll say good morning, and if they aren't peppy enough, he's like, let's try it again. And then he was like, I went to Costco.
Like they do in church when they say good morning,
He's like,
everyone.
I hope you like the snacks that are in your jury room. I went to Costco myself and got them. Like, he's just precious. I love him.
Already.
Yeah. And then they have to like go through each of the jurors, and it's like, you know, have you ever been convicted of a crime or anything? And there was one older lady, and she had like a misdemeanor for an open container and maybe driving under the, or drinking underage, she's older now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this happened obviously before she was 21. And so he kind of chuckled a little and he goes, I assume you've been rehabilitated. And I was like, you're just kind of the best. So there was a
That's
point
amazing.
during the trial that Donna just is crying and like shaking her head like she's so distraught. Ma'am, you called this victim so many names under the sun and treated him like absolute garbage. So please don't cry as if you were sad that he was taken away from your grandchildren like crazy. But she's just causing a scene. So when the jury finally leaves, the judge basically told her, you've got to pull it together. We're not doing this. So I was like, okay, I can get behind this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see in that one. Isn't her daughter testifying? Wendy, the wife, isn't she testifying today?
Wendy, Dan Markel's ex-wife, will be testifying. She's the one that, like, as soon as he was killed and they called family in to, like, start kind of interviewing him, and one of their questions is, like, do you know of anyone that would want him dead? And she was like, well, potentially my mom, because she didn't like him with all
Note to self, Judd Asbury, don't ever sell me down the river like that.
She threw her mom under the bus so fast. And
It was her.
yeah, Wendy was a witness during her brother's trial. Wendy is also a lawyer. So she, listening to her answer questions on the witness stand, because she obviously knows.
Yeah, she's playing the game.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't know how she's going to come out of this unscathed and how she hasn't been charged, because you can't tell me that your brother hired a hitman, your mom orchestrated it, and you knew nothing about it. I don't know that I believe that.
Please. And wasn't he like a dentist? I mean, we're not talking some like scallywags.
Nope. Well, so her dad has a dental practice that her brother worked in.
Oh, it was
Was
her
the
dad.
office manager. Dan Markel was a very well-known and respected law professor and lawyer in Florida. Like apparently,
Oh, that's right. I just remembered a dental thing being important. Now, is this trial taking place in Florida?
I believe it's in Tallahassee. Yes.
Well, there is no telling what could happen down there.
But apparently the judge that's over Donna's trial was also the judge that was over Charlie's trial that got convicted. So
Now, is she facing life for just a couple
well,
years?
I'm not sure what she's facing. Rumor was that they had offered her a plea deal because she's been in jail for quite some time because she tried to skip town to Vietnam where there's no extradition. But she
Of all the countries.
But she like vocalized this on jailhouse calls with like her son. So like they knew what she was
As you
doing.
do.
But
We're dealing with
she's
some real
been in
smart
prison
ones here,
for
it
quite
sounds
some
like.
time. And the rumor was that they had offered her a plea deal for like, we'll give you all the time that you've served and let you out if you'll turn on your daughter. So, but she wouldn't apparently. So again, that's all rumor. I don't know if there was actual documentation or any of that, but
Listen, I don't care if my kid did have anything to do with it. If they tried to sell me down the creek
right.
and they offered me something to turn on them, I'm going to make it up. I'm going to make it up.
Whatever you want to know, whatever I know.
It was
I
him.
know. Yeah. It was all her.
I'll make it all up. I don't care.
She
Listen.
wanted custody. She wanted to move those kids. This is what she did. Yeah.
Well, we only had one other piece of legal news, and it's legal/entertainment. And I didn't know if you had had the chance to celebrate yet. Yesterday was Blake Lively's birthday.
I must have missed that. I guess I didn't have a reminder set.
I wonder if she got any sourdough bread in the mail.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say probably not. Probably not. I don't even think she got like a Facebook happy birthday.
Yeah, no, we didn't get anything. I have noticed, because we had a couple people asking the DMs, yes, I did notice that neither Blake nor Ryan has commented about the new Taylor album coming out.
Do they normally?
Yeah, of her friends, they are the ones that normally do. A lot of her friends will when it comes out, but they don't usually like preemptively. Like Gigi and Cara, Lena, they will say something like when it comes out, but usually they're ones that are like, "Oh, we're so excited."
Not so much. Okay.
I don't guess we're excited this time. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of entertainment news. But we have about 475 NFL preseason games to recap.
Not a living.
And we've had a lot of, so this is a big week. So we know that some of you tune in because you like us for us to educate you on the footballs. So just so you know, this is a big week in the NFL. So first of all, it's like the first, like preseason is over, but tomorrow is like
It's The cut day.
D-Day.
Yep.
So basically, you have 53 men. I guess I could say women too. I don't know. On your roster. So tomorrow, right now, probably every team has excess of 53
Yeah.
today. So by tomorrow, I think at 4 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock Eastern Time.
Ooh, okay.
I know, thank you. You've got to cut that down to 53. So you're starting to see a couple things happening over the weekend, a couple of very confusing things, one I'll get into. But like tomorrow's the day. Now, like obviously if you're like a star,
You're good.
We're not worried. Like Patrick's not chewing his fingernails today. But there are a lot of people that are. And then there's the people that are not on a roster currently. And they're hoping to like sadly, they're hoping to see some teams cut in their position so they can kind of get onto the practice squad and see if they can move onto the roster.
Right.
So tomorrow's a big day. We'll start with a couple of trades and things that have happened over the weekend. Now, refresh my memory. Weren't we like mid-recording last week when the Chiefs traded Sky Moore?
I think so. Because I feel like we talked about it.
I'm still just so happy. I can't contain myself. And he seems thrilled to be in San Francisco,
I'm
so
excited for him. Listen, go.
go off, son. Go off. It's fine. Now, there are rumors going about that there are two teams in the market for a running back. One being the Chiefs and the other being the Saints.
Listen, the Saints need every position, I think.
I was going to say, are we really that focused down there on that? I think I'd be looking for a quarterback, but okay. But Brian Johnson Jr., who is real good, has been playing for the Commanders. And for some reason, I'm not entirely sure why they wanted to cut him and move on. I'm not sure why that all transpired, but he got traded to the 49ers as well over the weekend. Which, as we were texting, I think this is further validation that the 49ers are owning the fact that McCaffrey's not going to be able to carry the load. So, a lot of you will be doing your fantasy football drafts this week. We are tomorrow night. Don't be taking C-Mac in the beginning, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah. The 49ers right now are just doing some Hail Marys, hoping for the best this year.
They're already having a plethora of injury issues, especially at wide receiver, and apparently the best thing on the market was Sky Moore, so Godspeed to you all in the Bay. Carson Wentz, this is another one. I don't get it. I don't get it at all, but Carson Wentz got picked up by the Vikings, which I think for them is freaking stellar because we don't know what J.J. McCarthy's going to do.
Right.
We think he's going to be good, but we don't know. He's also accident prone, apparently. But again, I say, why are we left with Gardner Minshew? Why?
Listen, he has to be related to somebody at the Chiefs, and they're like, no, like, you got to employ my cousin.
What does he have on you, Brett? Like something?
I don't get it.
I don't get it, but I think that's a fantastic pickup for the Vikings and one that kind of terrifies me, honestly. Now, one note of note here, Deion's kids are having a time. So Shiloh Sanders was ejected from the Bucks game over the weekend for punching someone.
I don't care how upset you are. You can't be throwing fists on the field, dude.
So not only is it just stupid, but have you ever thought of this? Like, you're punching someone with a helmet on.
No gloves.
Like, what are we trying to do here? It makes no sense.
But also, like, what did you think that was going to accomplish? If you do land the punch, it's on their helmet that's used to being slammed onto the ground.
You're the one that's going to be hurt.
And Todd Bowles.
But anyway, so Shiloh punched somebody, got ejected, and then he got fired.
Yeah. Todd Bowles came out of the press conference and was like, you can't throw punches. That's inexcusable. I guess this will be a lesson learned for him. And I was like, oh. And then you turned around and went and put him on waivers.
Yeah. So, also Shador is now, I guess technically the fourth string quarterback for the Browns, which like, what a way to humble somebody. You're like with the Browns, first of all, and you're the fourth string.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, and I've told you before, Stefanski does not like him. It's been evident since draft night, so clearly that wasn't his choice. Also, like, Shador had a great showing his first game. We even said, like, he came out and did really well. I don't know if he was too much in his head this past weekend, but he didn't do great. He stays in the pocket, like he holds the ball too long, and then he jumps back so far out of the pocket that you're like, my man, get rid of the ball. But I did see today that 4 of the 5 offensive linemen from the Browns that were supposed to be protecting them have been cut and released. So at least they did realize, like, we've got a problem here. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, in my opinion, Shador is in a lose-lose situation.
Yes.
Because no one in that organization wants him to be successful.
No.
They want to be proven right. And Dylan Gabriel is ahead of him. Like, I get Joe Flacco, right?
And
sure.
Pickett.
Okay. And Pickett I could even get to, even though we really haven't even seen enough of Pickett to say, but I would still get that. But Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah. I think they'll keep him this year, and they'll use him as a bargaining chip next year. To like, hey, if we give you Shador, what can you give us?
Yeah. And then in the Cowboys preseason game over the weekend, we've been talking about the Micah Parsons situation at hand. He decided to lay down on the medical table and take a little snooze during the game. How do you think Jerry felt about that?
Listen, Jerry might have been laid out too. We don't know what he's doing up in that suite. I've got some
notes. It's not making good decisions is what he's not doing.
I got some notes on Mr. Micah for later on in the show.
Yeah.
But also, did you see Aiden O'Connell has fractured his wrist, so he is out for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, he was the backup to Geno Smith, so you still got your starter. But the Raiders have said that they're only interested in potentially adding a veteran quarterback to their roster. But who do you have? You got Tyler Huntley, who just got cut from the Browns.
By the Browns.
You've got Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who was waived by the Eagles. And then you've got Ryan Tannehill, who hadn't played since 2023. So...
Well, it's an interesting situation because if you're not familiar, Tom Brady is a partial owner of the Raiders.
You'd think they'd get some really great
so weird.
QBs.
So, yeah, and Geno has had some injuries, so I would definitely want to have somebody. To me, I'm shocked. Why did they not go after Carson?
Listen, I don't know why more teams. I don't know why Carson was still sitting around available.
See, I was kind of hoping that, like, the Raiders would be like, oh, let's go back and get Gardner, who they had, and then we could get Carson, and then he went to Minnesota. So, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I could think is potentially, which I would kind of hate to see this group broken up, but it sounds like Jackson Dart has kind of made his way into the backup position behind Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if the Raiders might try to go get Jameis Winston.
I was going to say.
But I'm still shocked that the Saints haven't.
That's true. Jameis is at least a solid, like, you can rely on him.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right.
And I don't remember him really, I remember him having a few injuries, but not like some of these guys.
Yeah. No.
So, let's recap some of the game. Oh, one more trade. I have to talk about this because I have been so confused all weekend as to what has really transpired. So, apparently the Chiefs traded defensive tackle Derek Nottie to the Jets. Okay. And then last night, the Jets traded Derek Nottie back to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Understand?
Listen.
So, anyway, what that tells me is, so apparently the Chiefs were like, Nottie's not really cutting it for us, so let's ship him off. He's a defensive tackle. We've got Chris Jones. We've got George Karlaftis. Surely we can find somebody else or somebody else has developed.
Right.
So let's get rid of him. So we get a 6th and 7th round pick for next year from the Jets. Here, y'all take him. Well, then over the weekend, apparently it became known to Brett Veach that Nottie was not going to make the Jets roster. So now here's what Brett does. Brett goes and gets Nottie back. Now, hold on. If he wasn't even going to make the Jets roster, right, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah,
I know that we're supposed to say, in Brett we trust, but I'm confused.
Every year, Brett makes some decisions that we're like, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, so we do have a question from one of our listeners later on about Chiefs and free agency, so I'm going to save my opinion on this, but just a weird debacle that has transpired. So we had some games this weekend. The Bears came to Kansas City, to Arrowhead.
Which I did not realize at first that this was the first game that the Chiefs had played back at Arrowhead because their other preseason games were away. And so, because I panic texted you and I was like, why are all of our starters playing so much? Get
Yeah.
them out. But then I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
the first time, like the home team, like I get it now. But still, it made me very nervous. There
Very
was a couple
panicked.
of
Yeah. I
times
do not.
where Patrick was running and I was screaming, get down, slop. What are
I
we
know.
doing?
I was watching it on YouTube TV on my phone at Judd's football practice, and there were a couple of times I like let out a squeal, and I think everybody on the field was like, "Oh no, not y'all, not y'all." So here's the funny thing. So some friends of ours went to the game, and one of them was a Bears fan, and I'm like, "Well, y'all are gonna win." I'm like, "Oh no, no," and it was a really close game. But here's the thing: the Chiefs always lose preseason games,
It's,
and it's on purpose.
yeah. They literally use
Like it's
every preseason game as an evaluation tool.
yeah, it's a methodical
Yeah.
thing. It's also a mind game.
Yes.
Like make people think
Yeah.
we've fallen
But
off a
not the
bit.
Chiefs.
We don't give away our playbook.
Yeah.
Like and we see what the heck we've got from our like second through fifth string people.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Bears won. Did you have any notes on this game besides I tell you, I just couldn't be happier about Travis's haircut.
Listen, it's just so much better.
I kind of want him to put the earrings back in.
I could be on board with the earring.
I don't normally, that's not normally my
He
thing,
can
but
pull it off. Like certain guys can pull it off.
yeah, he can pull that right on off.
The only other note I had was and I don't know if it's just that I really don't like Caleb Williams, but the analysts just keep seeming like he's on it this year, like this is going to be another great year for him. And I'm like, are we watching the same guy? Yeah, he's done decent in preseason because he's playing second and third string.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sure.
Tantrums in practice when he can't.
Oh.
I don't get it. So again,
Now, did you see the story of his backup, Tyler? How do you say his last name? Like Badgett?
yes,
Did you see the story of him getting his extension and crying at the podium because his dad had always. That dude, now listen again, you're talking second, third string, whatever, but I mean, he had 3 touchdowns over 200 yards against the Chiefs, like, backups. That's actually really impressive.
yeah. I mean, potentially you could put him in there and he would do just as well, if not better, than Caleb.
He's probably not a buffoon either. So yeah, we got rid of, so as far as 53 man for the Chiefs, we got rid of Sky Moore, so our wide receiver room is a little smaller. Now this Thornton kid, is it Taquan
I
Thornton?
think so.
You know we're not
Yeah,
good
we
with
could be
names.
making that up.
I'm wondering, so there's a big debate here in Kansas City right now if he or Nico Remigio will make the roster. In my opinion, you could keep Nico anyway, though, because you could use him on like kickoff return because we don't have McCole.
Which and they had him practicing that. So
And we are in a precarious situation now with this whole Rashee Rice situation. First, people are toying with my emotions, is first of all what I want to say. But it sounds like we're probably going to land at a 5-game suspension, which I feel like is very excessive. And I would rather, everybody's like, oh, at least he'll be here for the Eagles game if they don't do it till after the. I'd rather go ahead and settle and let's get this out of the way.
let's do this
Because in my mind, it's going to give people time to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be able to come in.
Yes. But also, can you
That's-
imagine being him and like you're playing, but you've got this hanging above your head? Like, let's just get it over with. That should be your goal.
Yeah, because
season, like once the season starts, we can't be doing this. You either got to do it.
No, and Hollywood doesn't stay healthy. So I'm afraid he's going to go down. And then we're going to have Worthy, who's skinny as a rail, which terrifies me. So I just.
Pacheco, he looked better.
He's mad. He's mad.
He did one run, and I was like, oh, he's running like the old Pacheco.
Yeah. I think that's why they're doing, and I saw it several times at training camp, I think that's why they're doing more, putting him in like a wideout position. Because we are potentially going to end up in a situation where we're a little. Now, there's some veterans out there, and again, we'll get to a free agency question, but I don't know. So anyway, that's the Chiefs. We don't want to bore y'all with that. Of course, if you're bored by the Chiefs, this is again not your podcast. But anyway, Okay, Eagles at the Jets. Any takeaways for you on this one?
No.
The Eagles won 19-17.
Yeah. Yep. And I think
Again,
they used Kyle McCord as their backup quarterback. I'm pretty sure they were going to cut him. I mean, you just got.
um,
Why would you keep him?
what was the dude's name? I sent it to you this weekend. They went and got as a backup for Jalen.
Sam Howell.
Yeah, they got sent. Oh, from the Vikings. I don't. If I'm an Eagles fan, I'm a little worried about my backup quarterback situation.
And that's fair.
I'm not an Eagles fan, so I couldn't care less. I hope it all goes to hell for you. But like,
Also, have
anyway,
you ever gotten any update on Landon Dickerson?
I heard he was having a scope done, or last I saw. Well, I tell you, we get breaking news every time we record. The Commanders have just reached an agreement on a 3-year contract with Terry McLaurin.
Oh, well, good for them. That would have been stupid for them to lose him.
Well, in my opinion, yeah, but it was stupid. I don't see why anybody's wanting out of Washington right now. If I'm a player right now, that's a place I'm heading.
Why would we lose that?
Yeah, last I saw about Landon is they were going to scope it and see the damage. So I don't know, but that's also not an injury. Like, okay, say they go in and scope it, say he's like, okay, we don't need a repair, he's fine, whatever. That is not a position nor a thing you want hanging over your head as a lineman, because how often do their knees get rolled up on?
Okay, so this says that he had surgery back August 13th-ish, around that time, to repair his injured meniscus. So he's considered week to week. Well, I guess that's better than them saying like he's out for.
Yeah, it's better than that, but that to me would be an area of concern, and I love him, so I really, really hate that. All right, next up we had the Falcons at the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys did win. We'll give them that, 31-13. Joe Milton finally shows up, 2 touchdowns. He ran one and he threw one.
Yeah. He's got to use.
You know, I've been a believer, so
It's the inconsistency. But again, like, we don't know how much he's going to play this season. Could Dak come in?
well, it's Dak, so he's going to get hurt.
I mean, I feel like Dak either plays the whole season or he's out the whole season. Like, there's no in between for him.
Yeah. Now, the Falcons have not won a game this season, or this preseason, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't know that really matters much, but alas.
Do we need
The Vikings did lose
to
What did
who
you
the
say?
Falcons? Have they come out and said who their QB1 is? Because they didn't play.
Penix.
They are going Penix still.
Penix. So Kirk is the backup. I don't know. That's another guy. If I'm the Raiders or somebody like that, I might try to go get.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
I don't think Cousins.
But I think there would be a lot of money involved in that. Because remember, they signed him to that insane
Ton of
deal.
money. Nobody. They. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's going to touch that.
Good on his agent, but he was overpaid.
Yeah. So the Titans beat the Vikings. Cam Ward, the first pick in the draft this year, threw his first touchdown.
Yep.
So good on him. Nothing really other than that happened. I mean,
No.
again, these are preseason games. Now the Commanders got mollywopped by the Ravens, 30-3. Even if these are your backups, what is happening?
Shouldn't be this. It should still be close, you would think.
Yeah. Now, I will say that the Commanders played Sam Hartman, who is a very attractive young man, but he threw some multiple interceptions in this game.
I just.
So he can get a backup job, but like Ryan Tannehill never could.
Yeah, I don't think Sam
don't
Hartman's
know.
going to keep his backup job long.
No, I wouldn't think so. The Bengals lost 41-14 to the Colts. Now, the Colts have come out and said Daniel Jones is going to be their starter over Anthony Richardson. Now, here's the thing. I think either way you go with this one, you don't have the answer.
Right.
But I was still surprised that they went with him over Anthony because they went real big on him for the draft.
They did, but he's just not cutting it. Like, and I don't think mentally he's mature enough to handle it either. I just think he got a crap deal on both of them. So
our little cutie patootie Riley Leonard got to play in the game though, and he went 15 of 20. Now he threw a touchdown. But 15 of 20 is pretty
Let's do
good.
it.
189
I'm gonna
yards.
tell you what, the
He's so
Bengals are
cute.
just, as an organization, the way they handle
I don't
trade
know
are
what's
so not
happening.
great. AJ McCarron has come out on, I guess he does a podcast, or he was on a podcast, and he said that the Bengals used to sell the players issued like gear to fans to make the organization money. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And then also, there was a lady on TikTok this weekend. I don't know who her husband is, but apparently he got traded to the Bengals, or this is his first year playing with the Bengals. And so she had said, we've been in like a ton of other organizations. And she was like, first day they've got somebody that tells the family, like, this is where you go, this is your parking lot. They take care of you so that you know what you're doing. And she was like, I've never experienced, but like she said, she was 8 months pregnant. They pulled up to player parking, and she was like, usually there's like a tag, and like I'll just sit in the car and wait until, because we can't go in like until an hour before or whatever. She was like, the guy that was pulling them into the parking lot was like, you can't go in there. So like made her get out of the car so her husband could go park it, and she had to call an Uber to take her back home. She's 8 months pregnant. And then the Uber was going to have to bring her back to the stadium an hour later. And she was like, no one was like we didn't have a family pass, and they kept yelling, like saying, you should have gotten all of this. And she was like, no one's given us this. Like, we're brand new. He just got picked up like the last week. And so I'm like, just as a whole, your PR team really needs to come in and try and save you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't wish ill on anyone, but they get what they deserve at this point. The way they're treating people, the way they're handling this defense thing, the way they went all in on Joe and Jamar and T. Okay, great. You can't win with 3 players.
No.
You have to have 11 on the field at every time.
And
Like,
those
what are we
players are the
doing?
ones telling you, sign these guys. Like, we need their help.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to call it. Joe Burrow will not retire a Cincinnati Bengal.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No. Not of their accord. I think he's going to get fed up.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think Jamar will be the first to get fed up.
I think this will be a
Because he's
telling.
going to get tired of Justin having, like, more success. And so he's going to want to leave. And then when he leaves, Joe's going to be like, F this. That's what I think. The Browns, though we were just talking poorly of them, as you should, they did beat the Rams 19-17.
Yes.
Stetson Bennett.
I'm so happy for him.
I'm very impressed with how we don't know the entirety of the situation that went on with Stetson. We do know he was having some mental health issues, was struggling with anxiety and depression. I gotta say, I am impressed with how the Rams handled that situation.
Thoroughly impressed.
Because there would have been no slight eye to have just cut him. Because first of all, he's never done anything for you.
Kept him on the
He was a
roster for
rookie.
2 years. And
Yeah.
it's very impressive.
So I hope the best for Stetson. We hated him at Georgia,
Yeah.
but I hope the best for him. And I actually think he's going to end up playing a bit this season because I'm telling you, Matt Stafford's back is not going to hold up.
And
I just think it's asinine he's even trying.
Stafford's one of the next to retire. Not that he's
Gotta be.
too old, because again, you've got people like Brady that played forever, but I don't think physically he can keep up with the game anymore.
I don't think, I can't believe he's even trying to play through what he's doing with his back because, you start messing with disc in your spinal cord, having issues, getting hit like that. That is not something to fool around with.
No.
The Texans put a smackdown on the Lions, 26-7.
I think the Lions are like the Chiefs, and that they're not giving their best and their all at preseason because it's been ugly for them.
Well, yes and no. Yes, but remember, you predicted that this was going to be an off season for them.
I don't think that I thought they would be deplorable, but I didn't think they'd be great. But
I don't think they're going to be as bad as they look right now, but I do not think that they are. We're not going to the Super Bowl.
No.
But yeah, I think they do to an extent, but I think a lot of what you're seeing, and that's another team that gets real beat up with injuries. And so you got to think, like, if you look this bad with your backups, what are you going to do when these people go
Dan
down?
Campbell gives me vibes of like we're going hard every game no matter what. And so to see them kind of fall apart in the preseason, I'm like, is this intentional? I feel like it's not.
He doesn't strike me as a mastermind the way, pun intended. He doesn't strike me as one the way Andy Reid does,
Yeah.
and so I don't think they purposely throw it the way the Chiefs
Yeah.
do. Now the Broncos beat the Saints 28-19. The Saints have not won a preseason game, and I'll be straight up, I don't know if they're going to win a regular season game.
Yeah, if they do, it'll be because like the other team was just like, you know what, we're gonna sit this out. I just don't see
Well,
them
I mean, the thing is, you got three quarterbacks who were all at best second and third string, and we got to pick a starter out of that.
Yeah,
Like,
and none
I
of
don't
them look
know.
good enough
I don't
to
know what
start.
you're doing. Now, did you see who played quarterback for the Broncos, though?
Didn't. I didn't watch that game.
It was that kid from Texas, Sam Ellinger.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't know he was back up to Bo Nix. Now, I don't know if he's
I didn't either.
second, third string. Well, we do know he's third string because Jarrett Stidham is second string.
Yes. So third
So he's
string.
third string, but he did throw a touchdown. So, but I didn't know where he had wandered off to.
Okay, well, good for him.
Yeah. Now the Packers beat the Seahawks 20-7. Your boy Milrow threw a touchdown. He threw 148 yards. I'm telling you,
Listen,
you may be right about
He's
him.
got an arm on him. And he's also got legs on him. So as
Yeah.
long as he stays consistent.
Yeah. Now, I can barely even read this without laughing. The Dolphins beat the Jaguars 14-6. Zach Wilson played the game and he threw 80 yards.
Listen, here's the thing.
That is the definition of a Dolphins team right there.
I'm real happy that Zach got picked up by a team that you know his mental health needed after the few seasons that he's had. But
Let me tell you, here's the funny part of that 80 yards. That's on 9 passes. He was 9 of 13 for 80 yards.
Oh, my man.
What was it, like 1 yard apiece?
Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, not a great look. And the poor Jaguars, they didn't win a preseason game either, which even their starters, I'm not sure they'll win either. But
Daniel, I believe he'll be the #1 coach that's on the hot seat this year.
valid.
He and
Valid.
Coach
The
be
Bill.
sharing that seat.
Yes. Which didn't they used to coach together
Yeah.
too?
Way back in the day.
The Bills beat the Bucks 23-19. Sam, how do you say his name? They're friends with the Mahomes. Buchel, whatever. Another Texas boy. He threw for a touchdown, almost 300 yards, and he's coming off of a neck injury.
Really?
That's why he missed last season. He had surgery on his neck.
Oof. Listen, you start messing with necks and spines, and I'm just going to go ahead and retire.
I'm out.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I was happy to see him do well because they're a cute little family. And then the 49ers got him a win. They beat the Chargers 30-23.
Good job.
That dude, boy, you know I'm never going to say this correctly. Ugalele?
Sounds good. Go
You
with
know,
it.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He threw 2 touchdowns for the Chargers, but Rocket Sanders, former Arkansas Razorback running back who abandoned us for South Carolina, Gallowag, he led the team with the rushing yards of the Chargers with 48 yards.
Okay.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day. And then final one I had was the Cardinals beat the Raiders 20-10. Now, here is the thing. This dude that played quarterback for the Raiders, Cam Miller, never heard of him. He went to North Dakota State,
Never
which
heard.
isn't that where Carson Wentz went as
Couldn't
well?
tell ya.
Yeah, so he played quarterback. That's what we're dealing with in Vegas right now. So I'm saying we probably need to do something here. He did throw for 100 yards, but
Wow.
they also did not win a preseason game.
How,
And you know, they're the team that I picked to be a surpriser.
they are.
So
They are. How do we think, first off, the Cardinals, the all red jersey, I cannot get behind it. It's giving, you know, those like pants. Blake Lively wore them to the Super Bowl, but I've seen them on multiple other people where it's like the shoe goes into the pant. I know Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah, like it's like you step in and you're already in your shoe. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
their uniforms look like, and I just can't do it.
Well, so we have a problem at our house. Children, especially boys, I think girls, well, I don't know what it's like to raise girls, but we have a problem at our house that our boys like to think that, like, if I'm going to wear a white t shirt, I should wear some white shorts.
Okay.
Or if I'm wearing a red t shirt, I should wear some red shorts. Now,
That's
first
how
of all,
Grace it is too.
A, the reds never
No.
match. But B, also, no, we must break it up. And C, we also live in a town where there is gang
Right.
issues. So we don't need to be decked out. So I've had to really teach that we can't match top and
Yeah.
bottom. And they're getting better at it. But that's what I think of every time I see like top and bottom match. I'm like, no, we need to break it up.
It's not great.
Now, if they're like all black,
I can
I'm okay with that. But also, like, if they're made that way, they match. Like the blacks match. Like right now, I have on a black shirt and a black jacket. These blacks match. This one's a little bit lighter, but yeah. So it's too much. We must break it up.
It's just a lot. Like it was literally everything was red. Their undershirts.
And I also
were red.
feel like they wear them every game.
Yes. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see.
But I mean, I guess if I'm a Cardinals player, I'm like, well, what does it matter what I'm wearing?
Nobody's watching us.
Nobody cares. Oh man. Well, to close out the preseason, our preview episode, any final thoughts on the preseason?
Listen, it was a nice holdover,
Yeah, we're
during
good.
our gap of no football, but I am so ready for the season to kick off and us to really get into it.
Those of y'all that have watched the show for a while know that every week we will preview games before they happen, and then we will recap them and see how we did in our predictions.
Yeah.
We're not going to preview this coming week's games because we're going to have our preview episode, but going forward, starting next week, you'll get that again, where we'll make our predictions and you can see how brilliant we are.
Obviously.
Clearly. But we've got a couple of questions that are football related. So are you ready to answer some questions?
I am. Let's get to it.
All right, well, we'll start with the football ones. All right, this is from Haynes, which Haynes, by the way, I was so excited to see this question. I've never met him, but his mom was Judd's pre-K 3 teacher in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
And I loved her, Miss Darby. She is fantastic.
Awesome.
So anyway, hello Haynes. Thanks for listening. Haynes said, my fantasy football draft is coming up next week. What strategies are you all thinking might be the winner this year? Now listen, I appreciate that you think that we would really bring much to the table. But we too have our draft tomorrow
He
night.
does really well in our fantasy football every year. Like
I do.
to the point where
I always do well enough to come in second.
listen, that's still really good. That's still really good. The rest of us are here.
It is in comparison to a few other people in the league. Just saying. Well, first, Becca, let me ask you: are you going to change your team name this year?
So I like it.
You're going to stick with the tortured.
I thought about changing it and then I couldn't figure out how to change it. So I was like, you know what, Rebecca, you're good. You're good.
Got it. I did get asked to be a league manager again for the Taylor Nation leagues. They asked me yesterday.
Great.
I thought I didn't get asked again, so I've got to get in there and get all that figured out. But
You just
so we're drafting tomorrow night
you
too.
intentionally put too much on your plate and it stresses me out for you.
Well, I'm only doing one because remember last year they wrote me into doing two
Did.
leagues
What?
for them
Plus you did
this
one.
year. Now, if they ask, I would never tell them no. But yeah. So our draft is tomorrow night, and I as I do have been thinking a lot about this. Now, Becca usually approaches the draft a little different than I do. Would you like to share with Haynes and the audience your usual strategies and what you'll be going with this season?
Typically I've gone with like my favorite names, so players that you know I've watched for a couple of years and I just thoroughly enjoy them. Are they great? Not always. I've done team mascots one year. I picked my favorites. I will tell you, those years I did not do well.
No. She also likes to go with Alabama players in
See, I
general.
lean real heavy into the Alabama thing, and it's just
She can almost have a whole roster of Alabama players.
I could, and I would apologize for it, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
No,
I'll
she's not.
probably do it
She doesn't know
again.
any better.
Listen,
I was going to ask, I know we're competitors in our league, but do you want to share what strategy we're going with this season,
so
being you?
I think the strategy I'm going off this year is my vibes. I think that's, yeah.
This feels good. I'm good with
Okay.
this plan.
Listen,
Yeah.
it can't be worse than what I've done in the past. But I do think this year the strategy needs to be that we can't be going for all the big names. I don't know that this is going to be the
Okay.
year for big names, but also I think don't be afraid to pick some rookies. I think it'll be a big season for some rookies to get some playtime and really show out.
Yeah.
So,
I like that
yeah.
idea. Becca in the past too has gone based off
Yes.
uniforms.
Yes, I did that.
So take this all however you will, Haynes. So I get real, unlike Becca, I get real stressed out about
Yes,
my
you do.
approach. I get really, really worked up over it. I lose sleep. I do a lot of research. It's a thing. Um,
Usually
I have
5
been
minutes
seeing,
before the draft, I'm like, Mandy, what order should I start drafting? Like, what can we
yeah,
do here?
I tell you, as the league manager, nothing stresses me out more than in our family league than Becca because we will be mid draft, and I keep our clock real short because I get tired of waiting on people. And Becca will be texting me. I'm like, "Ma'am, I have to handle my own business." Yeah. Um. No, but I think based on my algorithm of always doing so much research, I have been seeing a lot of what I consider to be a different approach this season that a lot of people are taking. There are 786 ways you could do a draft.
Yeah.
I don't even know what ours is called. Like this means it's called a PPF draft. I think it's points per something. I don't know what it means. But anyway, it really depends on how your draft is run. Like some people's draft, like they give you more points for certain things and other things. I just go with the standard because I don't know what that means and I don't change ours. But we've done it enough years now that we know like what's going to get you points and what's not. For instance, I always tell Becca this. Sometimes she listens. It works out because she does like Jalen Hurts. But I always say go with a quarterback who runs and throws because you got a chance then for more points. So that's kind of one little tidbit I give every season. But the strategy I've been seeing all over the internet is everyone is leaning very heavily this season in the wide receiver area.
Okay.
And I would say historically, what I have seen is people lean real heavy in the running back
Yes.
area. Because, especially like in our league, they don't necessarily have to score for you to get points. Now, there are leagues that they have to actually score, and I can understand then why you might not pick them. But so I have always approached, well, I wouldn't say always. There was that one year that I went quarterback heavy.
Yeah.
That didn't go well. Last year I did running backs first. And so like I filled up my running backs and then I got a quarterback and then I went wide receivers. This year everyone is saying go wide receiver heavy.
Okay.
And I'm a little confused by that. And I'm also, that would terrify me
Yes.
because you're really counting on all your, pretty much your first string quarterbacks all staying
As I
healthy.
say, yeah.
And there's a lot of teams with real precarious situations at quarterback right now. So, I mean, I guess it also depends on where you fall in your draft order. The way ours is set up, 1 hour before our draft, it will tell us the order in which we're drafting.
Yes.
And I don't know how to change that, nor do I think I should because what does it matter? But like, yeah, I don't know. If I ended up with the first pick, would I potentially go after Jamar Chase first? Maybe. I don't know. I've never gotten the first pick, so I don't know what I would do.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
gonna tell you, when you said that name, I thought, should he be somebody I put on my list? Wasn't on there.
Boy.
Wasn't on there.
so Haynes, I should tell you right there. So anyway, to answer your question, Haynes, it really depends on draft order, draft type, and your gut feeling.
Yeah.
But I will say the experts, and I put like bunny quotes around that, everyone's saying go wide receiver heavy this year. That's not something I personally would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and as far as what my strategy is for tomorrow night, I don't know, guys. When I'm up tonight and can't sleep, that's when I'll figure it out.
Also, focus on a good kicker too. Kickers can get you a lot of points.
Well, and I will say defenses too.
Yes.
Because if we do recall this past season when I lost in second place, it was by 1 point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough break. Defenses are super important, and she is right. Kickers like can make it or break it because you can have a kicker. Especially here's a tip for you too. What I've noticed if you get a team like, I don't know, say like the Jaguars, right? Where they don't score a lot of points with their actual
Yeah.
offense, so they end up sending their kicker in a lot. Now, like Harrison Butker is a great kicker, but he's just doing your point after typically. We're not typically going for field
No.
goals. So, and I'm with Becca on the rookies. I'm real big on Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end for the Colts. My biggest issue is I don't trust anybody to get him the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyway, great question. Thank you, Haynes. This is from Coley. Who is left on the free agency board you think Brett Veach should bring in for the Chiefs this season? Well, Brett has not called.
He hasn't, and he should. We got a lot of questions from him.
I mean, we got time. We still got 24 hours. Do you have any names you think we should be looking at?
So the ones that I was looking at specifically, I really think that you need to add some more powerhouse to Karlaftis and Chris Jones. They can't hold us the whole season. So we got to bring in some.
No.
There's Zadarius Smith, who played for the Browns and the Lions last season. I think he could be helpful to add some depth. And Davion
Clowney, yeah.
potentially. So maybe go look at them. There's not a lot of great names left in free agency.
There's not, and now something that I do think would be hysterical, and there is a lot of bad blood, yes, pun intended.
Always.
Between the Bengals and the Chiefs, I would laugh my ass off if we got Trey Hendrickson.
Oh gosh, wouldn't you love that?
I don't think we've got the money to, but man.
No.
And I honestly wonder if he's petty enough to love the idea too. I don't know. It sounds like he's headed to the Raiders, but I don't know if they're in a situation now where they're like, well, we want him, but we need a quarterback too. So, yeah, I mean, shoot, he's not a free agent, but if we could get Trey Hendrickson, I'm in. Clowney was the one I went with as well, just because I agree. I think I don't understand this Naughty situation.
Yeah.
Like, if he wasn't even going to make it on the Jets roster, I don't know why Brett went with him, other than there's, like you said, not a lot of names. Clowney is somebody, like, if you remember back when he played at South Carolina, I mean, he was all the rage. Like, and he was, like, deadly on a field, but he's really never amounted to much in the NFL.
Well, he's with the Panthers, and I feel like that's where you just.
Yeah, he used to be with the Texans, and he was having legal issues, as you do.
Texans.
He's had some injuries, but he still had, I want to say, like 6 sacks last season. That's enough blood to make me go get him.
I'm good with that.
So yeah, I think that that's where I'm the most concerned, because for whatever reason, Brett traded Tershawn Wharton to the Commanders. I don't know why. I freaking loved him. He loved the Chiefs. I don't know what we were doing there, but so that's what I would do. I worry more about, especially now that it appears we have our left tackle situation underhand with Josh Simmons. So I think we're good there. I know they say we're looking for a running back. We've got Pacheco and Kareem Hunt and that rookie. There's not a big running back name out there I would go for. I am a little concerned with our wide receiver situation with the Rasheed thing. Hollywood doesn't stay healthy. Amari Cooper's still out there.
Yeah.
Now, is Amari Cooper going to be your MVP? No, but is he, like, reliable?
Maybe.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if Brett calls us. I'm not going to hold my breath. This is from Jacqueline, and this made me laugh. Who will have a better season this year of the, quote, old men, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
Listen, first off, love that. I think Russell Wilson will, just because I think he's back on a team and in a quarterback room where he loves football again. I think that makes a huge difference, especially in some of these older guys who are like, I just need to get back to the love of the game and enjoy going out there again. I think he will have a great one. I think Aaron hasn't played much. I mean, he hasn't played any this preseason, I don't believe. But I also think that he has so much of a target on him because you got a lot to prove. You were great in Green Bay. You went to the Jets and were deplorable. Then you were out a whole season. Now you're with a new team. Like, are you still good, or should we have retired when we, like, married a tree? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe we can cut our losses here. Because I'm still not convinced it's a human.
Yeah. Well, I mean, both of the old men have one big receiver, right? So Aaron's got DK
Not the
Metcalf.
target.
Russell has Malik Neighbors. If I'm thinking about offensive lines, I feel like the Steelers have a better offensive line.
Okay.
Um, so in which case, I think I'm leaning Aaron Rodgers. I really hate to, but I don't know. Either way, I think it's the last ride for him and good riddance. And probably Russell too, I would
I
think.
think so. I think we're really.
I'm just ready for Jackson Dart. So
I know. I love him so much.
yeah. All right. So those were the end of our football questions. We had one last question from Louisa. She said, please tell me the rumors of Kim Kardashian and Pedro Pascal starring in the remake of The Bodyguard are false. And if so, who should they pick instead? Okay, I have seen this everywhere too, and I didn't know if it was a rumor or if this has been solidified.
See,
It's got to be a rumor, I would
I've
hope and
not
pray.
seen this anywhere, and I think you agree with that.
Well, I've seen it a
And
bunch of places, and I kept thinking it was a joke.
I mean, surely it has to be,
I don't see it at all. And plus, she can't sing.
or act.
I am excited to see that new show she's going to be in with the lawyer thingy. With like 50 people in it that are good. I keep seeing this too. I think it's a joke, but the fact that I keep seeing it scares me. But no, I don't have them as my pick. So who did you cast in this?
So I went for.
Are we keeping you
Listen,
up?
I don't know what my deal is, but I can't stop yawning today. So,
Apologize.
Mandy's got a red nose. I've got yawning problem. It's who we are today. Okay, guys?
Yeah, fine.
So I'm going for Whitney Houston's character. I think either Janelle Monáe would be great. She can sing and act. I also think Zendaya might be really good. So I think you could go with either of them.
Okay. I had not thought of Zendaya. All right, who's your bodyguard?
So my bodyguard, Pedro's not the worst. I guess you could do it.
No.
But listen, I love Idris Elba. I just think he's fantastic to look at. But I also think Chris Evans kind of gives that good guy vibes that you need the bodyguard character to give. So potentially he can play that too.
Okay. I had a lot of thoughts in my head. At one point, I was considering perhaps Channing Tatum for the bodyguard.
That's not the worst because it's an odd character
so-
to try and cast.
Yeah, but I feel like Kevin Costner, though he was younger, this is going to sound stupid. He was younger then than he is now, but still at the time, he still seemed older.
Yes.
You know what I
He
mean?
gave more mature vibes.
Okay, so I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, and I don't know if she can act at all. But you know how Whitney Houston used to kind of have that kind of like the damsel in distress persona.
Yeah.
I went with SZA.
Listen, that's not
I mean, she can sing,
right.
and she plays that damsel in distress a lot.
Can. Listen, it's better than Kim Kardashian.
Oh, well, please. So for my bodyguard, though, I was considering Channing Tatum, but I landed on Sebastian Stan.
Oh, I like that pick. Okay.
Now, could I see them having chemistry? I don't know, but I would have never pre-Bodyguard seen Whitney Houston having chemistry with Kevin Costner.
Depending on how much money's on that contract, you can have chemistry with whoever you need to.
We have had questions before where people asked if we had heard that Taylor might be doing that. I have seen those rumors, but y'all, people have
Ain't happening.
they think she's going to do everything.
That's right.
She ain't going to do that.
God.
But yeah, I like the Janelle Monáe thing. I like Zendaya. I'm not sold on.
It's fair.
Sorry, I had to kill a nap. Okay, are you ready for some WhyFactor?
Do some WhyFactor.
All right, let me get my separate notes. What are you not liking this week?
So what I'm not liking this week is Mr. Micah Parsons. Listen.
Wait, you're going against him?
I know. Here's my thing though with Micah. We all know Jerry Jones is the worst kind of human being. He's not. He's not going to deal with people well. He's not going to be a professional. My problem is when you are walking into the game eating nachos with your hood up, you don't care. When you're laying on the training table during the game, I get that you're angry at the organization, but you need to be there for your guys still. You still need to show level. Just because Jerry Jones and that organization is trash does not mean you need to go down to their level. So
Well, and I also think, like, what does this tell other teams
Exactly.
about you?
This is your chance. If you're trying to get a trade and you want people to pick you up, why am I going to pick up somebody that's got a bad attitude that's not going to be their first team? I need a team player.
Yeah.
So I don't love that. He's still under contract for this season. So are you really going to act a fool and then you're going to sit out a whole year with a sore back and then no team's going to want you because
Yeah.
now you've aged a little and you hadn't played? I don't know. So I just think we need to get it together. And supposedly Jerry Jones offered him a heck of a contract that was going to make him one of the
He
highest pays.
did. And he basically told him to shove it up his beep,
So what are
which I was like, what are we asking? At this point, Micah's team has said it's no longer about the money. So to me, that says we're at
if they
impasse.
trade you, it's going to be about the money, whatever new team you're going to.
Well, and that tells me, like, let's don't even bother with negotiations. Like, move
Yeah,
on. Now, would you take him here in Kansas City?
I might. I'd talk to him.
Yeah. I would go after Trey Hendrickson before
A
I go after
hundred
him.
percent. 100%.
Yeah, I think the way they've held out completely
Yes.
differently.
And it makes a difference.
One respectfully and one
Yeah.
buffoonery. Yeah, I agree
What
with
are you
that.
not loving this week?
Um, just left. Oh no, left my brain for a second. Um, Zach Bryan.
Listen.
We have said before for many a reason, and we are not Brie fans,
No.
so it has nothing to do with her. But the fact that he has now had, I think, two girlfriends, possibly three, since the whole public breakup with Brie, and they all look exactly like her, I think is weird.
Creepy.
I think the fact that you offer all of your ex girlfriends double digit millions of dollars to stay quiet just shows us who you are. But also, I don't know if you know, he's gotten into a bit of a beef with the Kansas City
Yes, he
Chiefs.
has, which is weird.
And so now he has sworn off ever playing Kansas City. Good.
Okay.
I don't
You're
care.
literally only hurting your own bank account.
I cannot stand to watch him perform because it's like watching Maddie Healy. I don't need to watch you get drunk and smoke all night.
Yes.
Just
Such
don't.
a weird performance style.
It's a very strange thing. I just don't enjoy it. But also, yeah, like you're arrogant and your new hair plugs. It's just a lot.
It's a lot for us to take in. We just can't do it.
Yeah. So for these reasons, I'm out.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good.
Yeah. But we've never been fans. I did like his music.
He's got some songs that I'm like, that's not too bad, but then there's some that I'm just like, it just feels like I'm at a show in Branson, Missouri, and I can't get there. Like I can't. I can't do this.
God, is he going to be at Silver Dollar City this weekend
Or
next to the Thunderation ride? I mean,
Grand Jubilee show. So,
yeah, at Country Tonight.
Oh, God, that used to be my jam when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, what are you liking this
What I'm
week?
liking this week is ESPN did a special that was called Not So Fast, My Friend.
Oh, I couldn't watch it.
It was so good. It was so,
I don't know where we were, but I couldn't watch it
oh my
yet.
gosh. And it was like an hour and a half maybe. It was not long. I didn't know all of his history. I knew that he was well known in the football field and had done a lot. I didn't know all of that, so that was really interesting for me to see and learn. But I'm gonna tell you, at the end, they did a whole bunch of like people, like the first black player that he had, got a scholarship to college and different things. And so they all like, made a little video thanking him or whatever. So that like already gets your emotions heightened. And then they end on Kurt Herbstreit.
Oh,
And Kurt,
well, because Kirk's going to do the eulogy at the
right.
funeral.
But he started
I
crying,
mean,
and then Lee starts crying watching it, and I lost it. Couldn't hold it together.
That's
It
right.
just,
So Saturday will be his last time ever on game day, right?
which is why they did not do a college game day in Ireland this past weekend because he wouldn't have been able to travel, and they wanted their first show to be him.
I'm
That's
not
gonna be a
ready.
tough one to.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I don't know what we were doing Friday night, but yeah, I'm excited to check it out, and I'm just pumped for game day to
Oh
be
my gosh,
back.
I cannot wait. So, but that's definitely worth a watch. I'm sure they'll re-air it.
So what I am liking right now is I believe the show is still called Chrisley Confessions, but it's been
Yes,
mainly Julie and
Chrisley
Todd.
Confessions 2.0 is what it is now.
Yeah, and so basically, a lot of it is recounting their time and kind of like how they were processing things
Yeah.
that were happening. It's really interesting to me to get their perspective, but this week's episode, they talked a little bit about Nick Cardilis dying, which is Savannah's ex, who they all still wanted. I mean, Todd even says on there, I still wanted them to have babies, and because they were obviously in prison when Nick was killed in his motorcycle accident. And he tells the story. Todd tells the story of when Chloe and Grayson and Savannah came to see him in Pensacola at prison to tell him, and that like Savannah turns around and is just sobbing and just keeps saying he's gone. He thought she meant Chase because he wasn't there. Oh, it just got me. But it's actually just super fascinating. Listen, I was not like I was not a Chrisley hater before their situation, but I've always thought that Todd probably was playing for the other team, and so their marriage felt like a sham. I still probably feel that way, but it's super interesting to get their perspective going from where they were in life to where they went and through like all these experiences that were happening and just all it's really interesting.
Yes.
He just doesn't rub me as wrong as he used to now. He's freaking hilarious.
So funny.
But they're dynamic together, he and Julie both. Like, anyway, that episode was really, it got to me too. But I just really enjoyed it.
On the podcast, she kind of plays down a little bit, but when the show that they had, when you're seeing her at home and with the kids and making dinner and stuff, like her personality comes out so much more when she's not on. And I love her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for their new ventures, and I guess at some point they'll run out of stories to tell us about prison, but their experiences were so vastly different.
Went to prison. Todd just went to
prison. And Todd was still getting Chick-fil-A, as he says. So, but it's actually really interesting, and it's pretty funny. So I've enjoyed it. I just always I think it's why we like the documentaries.
Yes.
We just love the behind the scenes.
I want to know the why. I want to know it all.
Welcome to the WhyFactor. Okay, well, I think that's all we've got. Friday we will be out with our football preview. We'll preview the college season and the NFL season. We'll make some predictions. We always come back and check them. We're pretty far off usually. At least in college. We're pretty spot on when it comes to the NFL.
For sure.
Yeah. But we'll give you our thoughts. We'll do a lot of, if you're not familiar with the way we do things, we do heavily lean on the SEC because we are SEC fans.
And there's only so much we can keep up with.
There's 3 million teams. And if you're looking for updates on like Idaho State, this is probably not the show. So, anyway, thanks for listening. We'll have that out Friday, and then we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.